Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacy style. And today we are doing a deck review on a brand new deck to me that was given as a gift by a client, a beloved client. And I cannot wait to share this with you. I've never had, I want to say, a deck like this before. The packaging, the presentation, all the things. I mean, this isn't just a deck. This is, I mean, it's just a whole experience. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so this deck has been out for a really long time. I want to say at least three or 4 years. It's called the Victorian Faery Tarot. Linnea Weatherstone, Carrie Paris, and the art is by Gary A. Lippincott. And first of all, like, just take a look at how everything arrived. So I opened the box and there was this beautiful card in it from the creator. It's got all of this beautiful bejewel bedazzle on it. And it says, "May you have many wonderful readings sent from someone special." It's signed. There's dried flowers on here. I mean, like, this was made with love. This was made with attention to detail. So, like, just the card itself, I was really excited. And then it's a keychain, but I think it can also be used as a pendulum. It's really cute. I've actually already kind of looked at some of this stuff because it was a Christmas gift. And so I had to kind of open it to a certain extent to show the person who gifted it to me. But this is just, I mean, it's just beautiful. So I can definitely use it as a pendulum to get answers and things like that. But this was thrown in there, and I love a little fairy bejewel bedazzle. And then, like, just the presentation. I mean, I've got this beautiful lace bow, and it comes with a gift for you. A wonderful butterfly tag. So let's check it out and see what this box contains. Oh my goodness, Victorian Faery Tarot. So first of all, the box is just like a gift in itself. Like, you can tell when I'm looking at this. Sorry, I've got my light. Maybe we'll just do this. Maybe that's what we'll do. The box is just something to get excited about. Like, looking at this, I'm like, oh my God, I'm definitely going to be, entering a world of some pretty exciting stuff. In the tradition of the classic fairy artists of the 19th and early 20th centuries, the Victorian Fairy Tarot draws you into a complex fairy society that mirrors the mortal Victorian world. From Linnea Weatherstone, Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and acclaimed fantasy artist Gary A. Lippincott, this set includes a 78-card deck, a mini version of the deck, tuck the fairies in your pocket, I love that, and a guidebook full of Victorian fairy lore and tarot wisdom, suitable for tarot beginners and adepts alike. Oh, wow, like, I cannot wait. Oh, and it's a magnetic box, really beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at. Can you hear it? A faint phrase, a fleeting melody, as if a tiny harp has been struck nearby, a haunting strain from echoing pipes that draws you on through the bluebells, luminous in the dusk. Tiny hands tug at your clothing and your hair. The fairies have found you. Oh, I'm excited. So it comes with a certificate of authenticity, 1451. I'm very excited about this. It says privately printed in the year 2024. So maybe not as old as I thought. I was thinking it had been around for a while and I was just behind the times, but I was wrong. Okay, so let's take a peek here. Wow. Thank you from Victorian Fairy Tarot. Let's see what this is. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay, so postcards. So I'm assuming these are going to be some of the images that we'll see on the cards themselves. Wow, that is so pretty. And a Victorian fairy field notes. So a little journal. Oh, look at the pages have imagery on them, almost like drawn, crafted images of the fairies. Oh, that is so cool. And I use journals all the time. I don't use them like most people use them, where they, you write your feelings out or you record your day. I use them like for my to-do lists and stuff. So I'm using it every day because I just love journals and things. So I'm definitely going to enjoy that. Wow, that's incredible. You just adjust the camera here. There we go. And then, we have a reading cloth. Oh, this is beautiful. You know what? Let's just open this bad boy up. Normally I don't go for all of the, the merch and the fluff, but this is different. This is like a full-on set. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, we're definitely going to be reading on this today, guys. Oh, that's exciting. All right. And okay, so here is the tarot book. Wow, this is like it's a beautiful hardcover book. Well done. Oh, shiny, glossy pages. Beautiful contents. Victorians and their fairies. Why believe in fairies. A few fairy facts and fancies. The eloquence of flowers. A guide to the cards. Spreads. Major and minor arcana. And the bibliography. All done in color. This is like a museum style tarot deck. Definitely, I want to say museum quality. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to check that out. Okay, and here are the card decks. I'm not going to open the mini one. I'm going to leave the mini one just as it is, and we'll explore the main deck today. But it does come with a mini pocket style version. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Well, let's get our little reading cloth out here. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's check out our Victorian Fairy Tarot. Wow, like what a special gift. Like I don't even want to know how much this person paid for this whole package. Like this is exquisite. Okay, so we've got shiny or beautiful box. Oh, we have a beautiful fairy who is sleeping under the moon. All of these morning glories. I love morning glories. They remind me of my grandparents. They had morning glories that would go up the sides of their garage. And I remember that as a kid, always looking at the beautiful morning glories. All right, let's check them out. Okay. So first of all, I want to say that the cardstock is a US Games quality cardstock. So on the thinner side, but still sturdy enough. They are gilded. Let's take a look at that. They are gilded in gold. And they are reversible. So we have this beautiful cream colored, which makes sense for the Victorian era, lots of cream and sort of vintage energy. We have the blue bells with butterflies and a harp in amongst all of the vines. That is so cool. All right, let's take a peek and see what we've got. Here's the Fool card. Wow. Okay, so he's running, he's looking up, he's chasing something. He's chasing his destiny. He's chasing the next adventure. Perhaps he's chasing the fairy. And there are fairies that are guiding him, leading him, pulling him towards something. We have a beautiful doggy. He's not on a cliff here, but he is in the forest, which I think is really, really cool. And he does have the dog with him in spirit. He's surrounded by forest energy and nature. So he doesn't have a rose in his hands, but man, oh man, the fairies are everywhere. They're pointing him in a new direction. So that is really cool. Here we have the Conjurer. Okay, so the Magician, the Conjurer, and I love that it's very fall-like, fall energy. These look like raspberries, but they're like golden raspberries. We have a lot of sunshine coming through. He almost looks a little bit like a genie, a djinn, with all of the smoke that's coming out. And of course, we have that naturistic energy. I have to note as well, he's barefoot. I love that. I love that he's barefoot. So grounded to Mother Earth. There's nothing that is a barrier to get in the way of what he's creating. Snowflakes, spring, summer, and then the fall energy. Okay, so I see what they're doing here is instead of the wands, the cups, the swords, and the wands, cups, swords, and the pentacles, he's referring to the different seasons. Ooh, so maybe the suits are seasons. So my guess is winter, the snow would be swords, spring is probably cups, fall is probably wands, and berries is probably pentacles. But we'll have to see how things go. Here we have the Cirrus. Oh, I love that. So the Cirrus is the high priestess, and her tabletop is a mushroom, and she's got a globe that she is scrying into. She's got her eyes wide open and she's looking up to the heavens. That's very cool. She's got a little staff next to her. Very cool. The Empress. Oh, she's lovely. So she's got her family around her, keeping close tabs and a close eye on her family, guiding her family. I love the green and the peach. So heart-related stuff, but also the sacral chakra, right? So we've got heart and sacral blended in together. And the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra are very often connected to the soul energy. So the Empress representing the heart and the soul. Here we have the Emperor. And so this is, kind of like the father. If we think about the Empress as the mother, this is the father. It's finishing a scene together, which I think is really interesting. We have one of the children looking at the globe, looking at where are we going next? The whole world is our stage or our oyster. Where are we heading next? The Vicar. So this is the Hierophant. And he looks very much like a monk, like a teacher. And all of the fairies are coming by to listen to his wisdom, to listen to his knowledge, to learn new things about themselves and the world around them. The Fairy Bride. So this is typically the Lover's card, and this instead we have the Fairy Bride. We have a singular figure in here, which I think is really cool. She is in a rose garden, and she is a butterfly herself, and then she's got butterfly wings here, and then she also has a butterfly behind her. And I feel like that butterfly behind her is kind of the either she's the angel herself in the card, or the butterfly is the angel in the card. We'll have to see. That's a really interesting depiction. The Chariot. So here we have a beautiful bird that is taking one of the fairies off on an adventure in the sky, and there are other chariots in the sky as well. 8, Fortitude. So fortitude is strength. So in this deck, they've done strength first and then justice, which I think is really cool. And we have a beehive here. So instead of a lion, from a fairy's perspective, we have the honeysuckle, thistle, energy, bees all over the place. Like, this is the strength. This is the work. This is the inner work as well as the outer work. Also barefoot. I love that. I go barefoot a lot myself. The Hermit, beautiful. So he's inside his little tree hut, his tree home. The owl stands guard, and he's doing his work. He's trying to figure himself out. The Wheel of Time, beautiful. So we have two figures on the Wheel of Time. They're both looking out for one another. One is the warmer colors, one is the cooler colors. So representing different seasons of and which of course are the elements and the suits in this deck. I love that we have the moon as well as the sun represented. We have all of the seasons represented and two figures. That's very cool. The Magistrate. Interesting. So when I first looked at it, I thought Egyptian, a little bit of an Egyptian energy, an Egyptian quality. But then I realized, oh no, it's one of those funky Victorian wigs that the men used to wear. Barefoot, he's got a scroll in front of him. He's got a number of rolled up parchment next to him and slightly behind him. And he's in thought. He's thinking. He's ruminating, trying to make a decision, the best decision possible. Vision. So 12 is the hanged one. And I love this because it's all about a shift in perspective. So I love that the key word is vision here. And he's held up by a spider web. The death card. Interesting. So, this bird has died, and all of the fairies, the villagers, have come around because all life is sacred. Creatures great and small, they all matter. They all need to be honored. 14, temperance. I love that it's all green, heart related, calming, soothing, healing energy. She hasn't dipped her toes in the water, but she is adding to her balance, to her concoction. The goblin market. Interesting. Okay, so 15 is the devil. So here we have a goblin being represented as the devil. And so the market, anything you want, it's here. Come take a look at my wares, but understand that everything has a cost. The burning oak. This is the Tower card. How interesting. So their home is on fire. Not what they were expecting. And they're all flying away. They're fleeing. And they need to find a new place to live. The stars. Oh, gorgeous. Loving this. Her feet are in the water. She is in nature. She is looking up. What is the next best place to be? The moon. Okay, that was the cover of the book that I think that we were looking at. And I think that's really, really, or the postcard, maybe it was a postcard that we were looking at. The sun. Loving this. So you have a group of people. It's kind of a maypole. It's a, yay, we've made it. We've made it to the spring. This is all very exciting, all very wonderful. Awakening. Beautiful. So awakening is the judgment card. And he's looking at the reflection. He's maybe even helping himself to some water because he has a choice to make. Am I ready to go into the next adventure? Or do I want to stick with what I know? The worlds. Interesting. So we think of fairy world, and then we think of the larger world, the upper world, the lower world, the in-between, the middle world, Middle Earth. So fairies see things in a very different perspective than the way we see them. And so I love that. Herald of Spring. So I think this is the Page of Cups. Knight of Spring. So Knight of Cups. Queen of Spring. She's dancing. Fun and fancy free. King of Spring. The Ace of Spring. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me just double check and make sure that it is cups. Here I am assuming, and you know what they say about assuming. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. Let's see if they're going to tell us. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we're going with cups. It doesn't say it specifically, but when I read the description, I'm like, okay, this is pretty much cups. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This would be a deck then that you just read intuitively. Two of Spring, Two of Cups. So creativity, he is connecting out into the world at large. Two of Cups typically is a soulmate card, but he's connecting with nature. Three of Cups, celebration, having fun, connecting with your fellow friends. I love that. Four of Spring, Four of Cups. So they're all dancing around, having a good time, having a jig. Oh, sorry, the cards are sticking together here. There we go. 5 of spring. Oh, maybe spring is wands, because this looks a little like wands energy. So maybe I'm wrong on that. All right. 6 of spring, 6 of wands. So 6 of cups is nostalgia and looking back at the past and a lot of flowers and things. But this one, if it's 6 of wands, it would be a victory of sorts, and a crown is being placed on her head. And like I said, this feels maybe a little bit like wands energy because they're all learning how to spar with one another. If this is wands, 4 of wands, this would be the celebration, like the wedding, the graduation of sorts. 3 of wands, expansion. 2 of wands. 2 of wands is direction, choosing where to go. And then ace of spring, ace of wands would be inspired action. And there's a kite there. So I must have this wrong then. This must be wands energy. So let's just keep going here and see what we got. You can tell me if you think I got it right. 7 of spring. So if it's 7 of wands, there's a card of defense. And this would make a lot of sense. There's a lot of activity going on here. He's got the ribbons. He's letting people know where things are at. There's a scarecrow here. There's just a lot going on. People are wanting something from him. Not so much about protection of himself as a person, but maybe a protection of his energy, utilizing his energy, how he's choosing to utilize that energy. If it is 7 of cups, that would be spoiled for choice. Where do I want to go? Who do I want to connect with first? So I'm thinking that this is actually wands. Spring is wands. 8 is, oh yeah, so that's definitely wands. Now it's confirmed. We have target practice. So they're releasing all of the arrows. 8 of wands, that swift release, that travel. And I love that it's women fairies doing the archery. I think that's fantastic. So 9 of wands, let's go back to that now. 9 of wands is control, right? Issues of control, resilience. And you see here, he's got a lot of stuff, a lot of irons in the fire, a lot that he is focusing on and looking at, and he's persevering. Obviously, he's trying to learn something. He's got a lot of different sort of specimens in his little lair here. A little bit of light is coming through. There's just a lot going on. 10 of spring. So rewards and the burdens that go with it. A lot of things that are going on. This guy is, blustering on through, not paying any attention to where he's going or what's happening. And all of the fairies are like, dude, you don't have to go so far. Look at all the things that you've, already achieved. Why are you rushing through? So read intuitively, that's really cool. Okay, now we have summer. The Herald of Summer, Page of Summer. So let's just see if we can figure out what summer is going to be. Maybe summer is the cups. We started with wands, now we have the cups. Knight of Summer. Oh yeah, this is definitely cups. He is the suitor. He's got the flower. He's flying. He's happy. He's excited. He can't wait to express his undying love and affection. Queen of Summer. So Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely cups suit. King of Summer, holding the cup. Ace of Summer, Ace of Cups. Beautiful. We have a lovely lotus flower. And look, there's a little wine bottle with 2 little fairy wine glasses. Oh, they knew it was for me. I love that these are borderless as well. So you get to see the whole imagery. 2 of Summer. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Definitely 2 of Cups. That soulmate energy, having a private moment, union, pairing, partnership, connection, serenity. 3 of Summer. Beautiful. So this is the celebration. They're having fun. They're having a little water fight. They're splashing one another. They're just having a great time in the water. 4 of Summer, 4 of Cups. He's lazing around. He looks a little woe is me. He's not paying attention to all the things that are around him. He's looking at the reflection of who he is, and he's not thinking about who he can become. 5 of summer. So 5 of cups. Yeah, this is a sandcastle that's about to be washed away by the tide and the ocean waves, and there's nothing you can do about it. And she's sad, but I just worked so hard. I worked so hard, and now it's going to be gone. 6 of summer. So this is nostalgia. This is play. This is sometimes, getting caught up in the past, not being able to let go of the past. 7 of summer, 7 of cups. Spoiled for choice. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. A number of different hats that this person can choose to wear, and she's trying on a bunch of them to see which one actually really sticks. 8 of summer, 8 of cups, letting go, walking away. He's on a journey. He's saying what was in the past, or what has been, is no longer serving me, and I have to go a different way. I have to leave. It's move or bust, grow or bust. 9 of summer, 9 of cups, wishes fulfilled. And she's with all of these beautiful fireflies in the night. I love that. 10 of summer, 10 of cups. Oh, gorgeous. The ideal outcome. All of the fairies coming together, having a wonderful time. It's a sense of community. There's purity. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's like the perfect everything. Herald of autumn. So we've already done wands, and now and we've done cups. So now autumn must be pentacles, I'm going to assume. So let's see. Herald of autumn. Knight of autumn. Oh, on a turtle. I love it. Queen of autumn. And she's got a little rat that she's talking to. Interesting. She looks a little like she could be wands energy. She looks like a wand queen. King of autumn. Oh, I don't know now. I don't know. This feels a little wandy, so we'll have to see. Ace of autumn. So this looks like pentacles kind of a little bit to me. So that would be planting seeds. 2 of autumn. Oh, balance. Yep. No, so this is pentacles. 2 of autumn. Loving that. 2 of pentacles. I love he's on the big unicycle. Or it's not a unicycle, but it's an old-fashioned bicycle. I don't even know how they did that. Like, how do you even get all the way up there? 3 of autumn. 3 of pentacles. So collaboration. It's a collaborative effort. They're all helping each other to get something built. 4 of autumn. So 4 of pentacles. He's being hoardy. He's like, no, this one's mine. I'm keeping all of them for myself. And the squirrel's like, dude, how many nuts do you really need? Like, I'm the squirrel. 5 of autumn. So 5 of pentacles. And that is worry. Brain fart. Worry. A little bit of anxiety that comes into the mix. They're weary travelers, but they're like, hey, there's a village. Maybe they would let us have some water. Maybe they would share some of their food with us. We have to be willing to ask for what it is that we need. 6 of autumn, 6 of pentacles. So generosity, reciprocity, sharing of the harvest, right? Sharing of the goods. 7 of autumn. So I love this. This is the harvest has come in and you're reaping the reward. So he's making his wine, using the harvest. 8 of autumn, 8 of pentacles, perfecting your craft. And they're all making musical instruments. I love that. 9 of autumn. So 9 of pentacles, loving all the peaches or the little berries that are here. This is quite beautiful because she's knitting. There's some peace and contentment here. She's achieved her successes. She's good at what she does. And she's not worried about anything, but she's still doing her thing. And she's sharing her talents with others. 10 of autumn, 10 of pentacles. That legacy card, the whole community coming together, whining and supping, reading, enjoying each other's company. All that is here is recognized as stability. And what is going to come next? And the Herald of Winter. So we've got swords energy here. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Sorry, the cards are really sticking together. Oh my goodness. There we go. Knight of Winter, Knight of Swords. Oh, on a beautiful, looks like a bear or yeah, it looks like a bear. Queen of Winter, Queen of Swords. King of Winter. Ace of Winter. I love that it's represented by an icicle and some beautiful frozen berries. Makes me think of ice wine. Love that. That's back in the day. So where I went to university in Canada, it was in the snow belt. And there's a little town about 40 minutes outside of where I went to university. And it was called Inniskillen. And it makes some of the best ice wines in the world. Inniskillen in Ontario in Canada. Two of Winter, so Two of Swords. Oh, they're dueling. They're getting ready to do an old-fashioned duel. Interesting. Conflict that doesn't necessarily need to be so. Three of Winter, Three of Swords. Heartbreak. So they're all watching the show. They're together. This is interesting. I don't know that it's totally depicting heartbreak or betrayal, but I'm definitely feeling like there's some gossip going on here. They're watching something on stage happening. And, it looks like there is a little bit maybe betrayal, like watching your husband on stage with another woman kind of thing. That's kind of interesting. Four of Winter, Four of Swords, taking refuge. He's cold, but he's taking refuge. He's trying to get a little bit out of the elements for a bit of a rest. Five of Winter, Five of Swords. So this is conflict. There are three people that are, I don't know if they're going after the animals or they're going after each other. And there's like one person trying to hurt the animals and the other two are trying to protect the animals, but there's definitely a conflict going on there. Six of Winter. So moving on to calmer shores, support and grace. I love the swan is taking people to the next place. Seven of Winter, Seven of Swords. So integrity. And this guy looks like he's gone into this shed and he's taken some things that maybe aren't his to take. He's helped himself. Eight of Winter. Also, this could be strategy, that they're working together. You take this bucket and go there and I'll handle these on the other side. And then we'll come back and see what's left in terms of work. Eight of Winter, Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords is a card of entrapment. And this makes a lot of sense. Here we have this singular figure who is wrapped by all of this chaos, all of this obligation, all of these people needing something from her, and she's serving, but she's not happy about it. She wants to be anywhere but here. Nine of Winter, Nine of Swords, anxiety, trapped in your head. She's looking at everything, but she's locked. It's like being in jail. I can see the outside and wow, I woke up, but I'm still here. It's still scary outside. There are still these creatures. I can't leave where I'm at because these creatures are going to come back to haunt me. They're going to try and hurt me. And 10 of Winter, 10 of Swords. So, a card of ruin. Things are over. It's definitely done. The past can no longer return. The past is no longer what you can see as the now. It's not the right path forward and you have to change, right? You have to move forward. And this badger is coming after this guy. So it's like, okay, I can't stay here any longer. In order to survive and run, I've got to go into the unknown. And it's a done deal. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. So in true Stacy style, I am going to shuffle these bad boys up. And let's see how this deck wants to work with you if you want to work with it. And I'm going to do my own little psychic reading on it. And then I'm also going to read one of the messages so you can get an idea of what the message in the book is like. Oh, I love it. Ace of Summer. So we said summer was cups. So we have the Ace of Cups. So this is initiation. This is love. This deck is going to give you guidance and information to help you start fresh and new, but always from a place of love, a place of gentleness, a place of understanding that the human condition is really challenging at times. And, the lotus grows from the muck and mire, and it's got a really long root system that goes right to the bottom. And then you see these beautiful, these lotus petals that are, and lily pads that are, floating on top of the water. And that's how they choose to experience life. They had to work really hard to grow and get to that surface. But now that they're here, they're in the light and they're able to shine. And so I feel like this deck is always going to give you, I want to say, the glass is full and overflowing guidance rather than the glass is, empty. This is also, I want to say, a deck that is going to give you honest to goodness guidance, but it's not necessarily going to be given in a realism type of way. It's more of a, hey, we recognize that, you worked really hard to get where you're going, or we recognize that what you're going through is kind of challenging, but it's always important to look for that silver lining. And we're going to give you the guidance that you need so that you can move forward with a lot of confidence and support, knowing that you're loved. Yeah, the journey can be a bit challenging, but we've got you. And I love that, it's sweet. It's like focusing also, this guidance is going to come through, and it's going to be like a treat. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be the harvest, of the wine, and always the vision of what is to come. What am I being initiated into? This is a new journey. So let's see what the card book itself has to say. So summer. Okay, Ace of Summer. Oft in pleasing tasks we wear the day, while summer suns roll unperceived away. Alexander Pope. Ace of Summer. In the summer court, the fairies are romantic, playful, languid. Spring's restless rushing gives way to a slower rhythm of long, warm days and luminous, lingering twilights. The overall theme is the play of emotions, pleasure, sensuality. The emblem of the summer court is the water lily. Okay, so this is a water lily, so I apologize. The water lily, whose meaning in the language of flowers is purity of heart. The lily floats on top of the water, offering its beauty and fragrance freely, receiving sunlight and moonlight in the embrace of its cupped petals. When you get this card in a reading, you are being offered the gift of pleasure, a time when you can slow down and smell the flowers. Pay grateful attention to all the beauty in your world. Open your heart to the possibility of new or renewed love. This ace is a strong yes to any question you have about your own happiness. In summer's warm embrace, life fulfills its most beautiful and fruitful potential. In a nutshell, pleasure, beauty, a gift of love, delights of all kinds. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck and reading. I am just so, oh my God, I'm so honored. I'm so excited. I'm just so grateful to my beloved client for such a thoughtful and generous gift. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow. Okay, so that is our Victorian Fairy Tarot. This was by, where's the box? By Linnea Weatherstone, Carrie Paris, art by Gary A. Lippincott. As always, guys, I enjoy sharing my love of Tarot and Oracle with you. I hope you enjoyed this one as well. What a treat. And for more like this, click subscribe and check out the join button. After 11 years, I am finally now at a place where I can keep the conversation going in a much deeper way with y'all if you choose to do it. So become one of my fabulous phoenixes, and let's do this wild ride called life together. Until I see you for another episode of Divinely Decked and Black Feather Couture Divining a VIP Life, sending you lots of love and support. We will see you on the flip side, and transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture Divining the VIP Life.